Is Putin already back from the Olympics to plan war? So in the last hour, Putin's presidential plane arrived at Sochi to one of his dacha directly from Beijing. He didn't stay long for the Olympics, just enough so he could talk with Xi Jinping about his upcoming war in Ukraine. We'll wait for confirmation that Putin is indeed not in Beijing anymore. We shall see. The New York Times reports that Ukrainian intelligence has detected that portions of the Russian army on the border with Ukraine have reached full combat strength and are in the final stages of readiness to attack if ordered. And right now, it's 2 in the morning in Ukraine and a plane that rarely flies, the United States Air Force J-Stars, a plane that collects intelligence on military movements, is flying over Ukraine to look at Russian troops during the night, which is highly unusual. All those recent developments are not good for peace. There's at least a dozen more indicators that Putin is planning war, so here's a few. 1. Chechen forces, the ones who murder and torture civilians and laugh about it, are seen on their way to the Ukrainian border, which makes zero sense if it's just training but total sense if it means invasion. These guys will be deployed to torture and kill whoever fights the Russian occupation forces to scare everyone into submission. 2. Russia just announced that they will ban the export of ammonium nitrate from February 2 for 2 months. Ammonium nitrate is used to make bombs. Clearly they need more for what's coming. 3. The whole propaganda bullshit machine is on high gear lately, already saying that Russia doesn't want war, but if it's not Russia's fault narrative pushed by Satan's favorite, Lavrov. 4. Russian mercenaries are being pulled from Africa and sent to Russia to be sent to Ukraine's border or to Ukraine to start destabilization operations. 5. Another indicator is that Lavrov and Putin won't be going to the Munich Security Conference on February 18 to 20, which is very suspicious. They will be too busy with an invasion. 6. Another important point of day 2 is that Putin is deploying the Russian National Guard on the border with Ukraine. This could be for exercises, but if it was just that they would only do those in their regions, not bring Russian National Guard from 3,000 miles away. 7. The Russian military is planning war exercises in the Sea of Azov on February 6 and 7, which is basically Ukraine's sovereign waters. It looks like Putin wants to start a provocation there. 8. Another interesting news is that T-98 tanks are being put on the border with Ukraine. These are the best tanks Russia has to offer. These guys will be the tip of the spear in the attack. 9. Another worrying sign is that Russia has set up Unified Air Defense Command and Control in Belarus, which would be crucial to defend their forces if they attack Ukraine from Belarus. 10. A worrying sign for the Baltics is that Russia has called back his liquid natural gas ships from Africa to be ready to supply natural gas to Kaliningrad if Putin decides to cut off the Baltics and Europe natural gas. Why would he need to do that? He would do that in retaliation for sanctions put on him by the United States and Europe because of his invasion, of course. 11. Open source intelligence shows that Russian supposed exercises in Belarus are mostly on the border with Ukraine and Poland. Attack Ukraine from Belarus and try to intimidate NATO forces on the Belarus-Polish border. 12. The Lithuanian foreign minister said that Russian troops spread throughout Belarus constitute a security threat to the Baltic countries. NATO chief said that Russia is planning 30,000 troops for the supposed exercise in Belarus, and more worrying, the Belarusian dictator, Lukashenko, said during his speech to the nation last week that Lithuanian statehood would be destroyed live on TV. Is this just bullshit bluster or some truth about his plans with Putin leaking because he can't help himself? All these signs point towards Putin wanting a war, or at least preparing for one. Of course Putin would love to get all he wants without one because it would be way cheaper for him, and according to Kremlin insiders, this is exactly the strategy: threaten war and even nuclear war over Ukraine, and push the war rhetoric until NATO blinks. Putin has been trying that strategy for at least 3-4 months now, and it's not working. He may be getting impatient and actually attack. We shall see.